What made you start this though, bro? Like what got you? Because I know for me it was just like, especially through quarantine, it was like I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like no sports being on, it's like what the hell do I do right now?
I was so scared sports were gonna come. I mean, I knew they were gonna come back, but like.
But it was like it was getting ugly there,
bro. It was definitely getting scary. Yeah, I need some sports, man. My son.
Okay.
And I mean, I had a situation like coming out of 2019, that wasn't like working, and then the Kobe thing happened.
Oh yeah.
The combination of that and having my son, I was just like,
why not now?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You really never know when like shit can go down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his fucking daughter's only 13. She didn't even like begin her life yet, and she's fucking like donezo. Like,
and it's crazy because like all that stuff goes down, and then it was like a ripple effect. It felt like
I know, for the
Kobe,
year,
and then it was like, like the whole like election starting to loom, and like stuff starting to pop off with that, and then stuff socially hasn't been good in a hot minute in this country. So it's like it seemed like all this stuff was just like boom, boom, boom right after Kobe, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So, but no, I feel you. It was kind of the same thing for me. Like I had some shit going on. The whole like breaking up with a girlfriend and like going through all that.
That's just tough, bro. It's just tougher than like people like.
And we built a life together. You know what I'm saying? Like we lived together, did the whole 9 yards, and then, you grow apart as adults and shit like that. And you gotta uproot everything you built for last few years, and then you're sitting at square one. Like, all right, what do I do now?
Yeah.
So then my brother moved home. I was telling you he's in the military and moved home from North Carolina, and we had been talking about it for a minute, and then we finally were like, might as well. We'll just start with one mic, a computer, and just start bullshitting, and then it's we've gotten some good feedback. We just haven't had the time yet. We just have to dedicate more time. You know?
That's the thing I think didn't realize is like how much goes into it, especially if like. At first, I tended on being like a guest. I don't know if I tended on being a guest podcast, but like turned that way at one point where I just had a guest on every week, and like that shit's hard, bro.
It is
like booking the guests, marketing the podcast, just getting your equipment.
All the off mic stuff is where people don't realize like what goes into this. Because my brother does a lot of that for us, and I'm like, man, thank God, like, we have a situation where he has time to be able to do stuff like that, because we would still not be able to do it if he didn't have that time.
1,000%. That's the one blessing part about COVID for me, or I mean, not everybody, but I had that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you used it, A lot of people, like, still didn't even use it. So it's like, man, it's tough.
Did you get that email?
Yeah, I just got Chrome downloaded, so...
Oh, it's making you download Chrome?
Yeah, it's in here now. I just gotta...
My bad.
No, I needed it on here. I just never did.
No, that extra time for sure was like a blessing. And like that's one thing too, is like I wanted to give myself a project. I was actually listening to another podcast too, The Flagrant 2.
Okay.
With like
I don't think I've heard of it.
They're pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But Andrew Schultz is like a comedian, like he's like the Mike One, I guess you'd call him, that podcast, and he was like, you have all this extra time to do this shit that, like you say, you never have the time to do.
Yeah.
And
you're either gonna like, and that's what our podcast is about. It's called The Hard Conversation.
Yeah.
And it's really just like a passion project for me and him. Like, we're not trying to like blow up off of just like our opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I think the traction it has gained is purely off of like we try to be as genuine as possible.
Yeah.
Like, I hate fake stuff. Like, even if it's like you're just doing it for the mic or like whatever, and you're doing it for entertainment, I get that. But like, that's somebody else's bag. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why I was saying about being in the studio is like,
yeah, no, for real.
Because I got to put on a show I got to look at the microphone, having a conversation with someone. It's like it's
rather different, bro.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, me and my brother just, especially when it's me and him, we're not like that. Like, it's very raw, very like authentic, very like just, we don't really care about anybody else's opinion, but we know that like there's a lot of people that are like-minded like us.
Yes.
So, and we just, me and him have been through some shit like in our lives. I'm not saying like any more or less than anyone else, but we've always tried to keep it a genuine narrative about like just, having a good positive aspect on life, and like trying to do better no matter like where you started and stuff like that. So like that's what we're about for sure.
That's no, yeah, I mean I don't know, like I haven't listened to your podcast, but like knowing you and like I don't know, we don't fucking hang out all the time, right? We haven't hung out in like years and shit like that, but I feel like we're boys, like enough.
Yeah, and it feels like every time we do link up, it's like it was
never
a couple of days ago, something like that. You know what I mean? Very very easy, fluid like friendship with us for sure.
1,000%.
It's one of those like real recognize real type of deals. You know, I think we knew that, and we didn't even work with each other for very long.
I know, yeah, I know, for real, man.
So
it is definitely like a real recognize. I think there's like a maturity level that comes with that, because some people like get in their feelings a little bit, like fucking like. Oh, you didn't think to hit me up that time.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are grown and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about 20 million 100%. Different things a day.
All right. We're in Chrome now.
Yeah, I'm actually going to send you another link, too, because this one's, it's a broadcast live.
Okay. All right. So now we're in here. Open.
This room is fucking dope.
It's a good vibe, for sure. Like, for a podcast, like, this is what I imagine in my brain, like, when I just think of, like, the next level because me and Joe were just, like, upstairs in my mom and stepdad's
extra room
house.
Or some shit?
They have he's a musician, and he's in a band, so he's got the place, all the reflective walls and everything are, soundproofed enough to where it's good acoustics in the place, and, like, so it's actually set up very well for a podcast. But, like, we never planned on having a podcast there. So we still had to, like, you know how it is. Like,
make it comfortable and shit, yeah.
So we're getting there now. We've got about, like, 6 episodes recorded. I think we've released, like, 3 of them.
Yeah.
And, this is what I picture, like, us going from that.
Yeah.
If we don't want to stay in that, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's easier to, like, have guests in a setting like this and things like that, this is what I pictured, so.
An in-person podcast is, like, a whole different beast. Because I noticed, like, I mean, obviously started from my basement. We weren't supposed to be around people.
Right.
But, is this too close to my face? My voice too, like...
I don't think so. Am I too loud?
No, you're good.
Okay.
I don't know if it's... I don't know.
It sounds like it's coming through here pretty well. So.
Yeah,
So
okay, cool. Good. Forgot what I was saying. Oh, the in-person shit. In person, you gotta, like this thing. This fucking, like, where you plug in all the microphones into?
Yeah. Wait, I have Chrome, so what? I don't understand.
You just download a virus to your fucking MacBook.
No, like, I go back to your link,
and
it says, hold on, let me try and recycle this. It's, like, telling me to pick an option for my browser that it wants me to open it in, and I click Chrome, and it says you don't have Chrome.
Here, open up Chrome and just copy the link and paste it in there.
Yeah, let me try that.
So what do you guys talk about on yours?
So, like, first episode was really just to, like, kind of get exactly that out, like, what we're trying to accomplish with the show.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's really about, like, major mental health type of deal.
That's
like,
dope.
And more of, like, and I hate to put it this way because I think people get the wrong connotation what I'm talking about, but more of like a male aspect of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that earlier because I said we don't hang out all the time, but I knew what you meant by like the hard conversations like that.
Yeah,
like, stuff like that. Voice has become the minority,
and that's what I'm saying.
Culture,
and a lot of guys think that if you're going through a lot of shit, like it's still shit. You know what I'm saying? Like whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, like guys deal with different shit that women do, and especially nowadays where it's so gender neutrality and all that is coming into play. Like that's some things I think that are a lot easier to talk about still aren't talked about because of like a mindset. You know what I'm saying? And for me and Joe, it's always been like with him, we've always been open and fluid with that. And that comes from us just being brothers, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, we just have never, it's always been an open conversation. So we just wanted to kind of like open that door. And we've had, buddies that we grew up with that were on our football teams and talking about that and like mental aspects of that and being a man and where we grew up and, everybody goes through different things. So it's really just an open outlet type of deal to like show people it's not hard to have a conversation that can actually like, be what you need. Like if you're having a struggle here, whether it's like, going after another job or, you're about to have a kid and like you're in the military and you're going through shit like that. Like, my brother's been through. So like, it's really just about opening up that kind of like just shooting the shit with the boys and like being able to talk about shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It can get mental health actually a good great thing to like spread awareness about because it can get scary, man. The mind's so open to like what you can fall into like with thoughts and shit like that, and like you just never know where it can land. You could land you somewhere like this, like where I'm at with the podcast and Woodward sports shit, like just fucking like dedicating my mind and thoughts like making that shit happen. Or it can land you in the opposite end of that too. You know what I'm saying? If you don't pull yourself out or like have a boy who recognizes it in you, like.
And it's hard sometimes. Like that's what I think where guys get, the pride comes into play. You know what I'm saying? Like, people struggle with like.
We could just make it an audio one if you want.
It's up to you. I think I got into it now.
Oh, okay.
It's loading at least the first one, the StreamYard.
Do the second link. I apologize.
Oh, you're Gucci.
Gucci, baby.
Okay.
I look ugly on camera right now anyway, so I'm totally down to however you want. Yeah, I saw this You're Killing Me small shirt, and I had to grab it.
Bro, like, people had said that to me. I was... real recognize real. I grew up a chubby-ass kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big dude. I've been a big dude my whole fucking life. Right? Yeah. The second link you just sent me my email address. I don't think you sent the link.
Oh, okay.
But we're good. We just can just run it audio. I'm straight with that.
Yeah, I don't give... Yeah, however you want to do it. Let me see, though. Make sure.
Because it says link in the subject, but it's just my email address there.
There's no... there's nothing in the...
Yeah, I think... Well, it just shows, like... I mean, it is a link, so let me click... No, it just wants to compose and send myself an email. I think you just sent me my email address.
I copied and pasted... All right, hold on. M. Tolliver, 78 at Yahoo, right? Uh-huh.
I got the StreamYard. That one came through, but the second one just showed me my email.
All right. Let's try this again.
Boy, kicking in.
Boy, we ain't gonna talk about that. You gonna get down the hush. All right, I just sent it again.
Okay.
I have no clue what happened, but hopefully it's fixed.
But yeah, no, I mean, we on your shit. So like, what do you think? What do you think about this whole? I was listening to 97.1 on the way down, and it was the Valeni show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're,
those swear words in our studio. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, they're talking about the whole Sheila being involved in meetings and stuff like that. What do you think about that?
So I had Darius Slay on the pod, and I asked him. I know the Eagles didn't do well this year, but they still like they've been to a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl. Like they've been in the conversation. They've won a playoff game, which we haven't since fucking before we were born. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like I asked him, what's the difference in ownership and like leadership between like the organizations? Not you've like left the Lions. And he said exactly what she's doing now, like just being involved. You know what I'm saying? The fact that like just them being there shows they give a fuck.
Yeah, and like I feel like any business that I've ever been in, right? Like, because obviously this is one of the biggest businesses in the world. Every business that I've been in, like you don't really get to that next level and like are good at your job until you've been in those meetings and you've listened to the people that have proven themselves. And like, I don't think there's anyone in our organization that right now is like that person to look at. But like, you don't get there until you're in them meetings doing that and have like that practice in you and you know what those meetings are about. So you can, have ideas and bounce things off that may be productive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And just being there shows you give a fuck.
Exactly.
Because if you're not around, then people are more liable to fuck off and like just not do what they're supposed to, And
on the show, what I disagreed with, and it wasn't Valeni, I forget, it might have been Rico or one of the other guys. They're talking about how like, that's just, it's going to put a bad vibe in the room thinking that everybody has to like shine her shoes on, like making her feel good because she's there.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's like, there's a lot of proven guys in that coach's room that have been around big owners that have proven themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's going to be that way. She needs to be in them rooms right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's too, I can see both sides too, for sure. Cause like, I actually texted you like one thing to talk about is like, can you have like, I don't know where this goes from here. This is probably a loose-ended question, but can you have football or like locker room conversations around a female? You know what I'm saying? Like, you think those discussions change?
That's crazy you bring that up because, you know, like when I don't mean to like sound like I'm some kind of like know about college athletics, but I got to play in like junior college and then
you look like you are offensive lineman. You look like a fucking TJ Lane comes in the studio like he's a buffer version of you.
I love TJ, bro. I love all his like
TJ's dope.
Everything he does on his pods and stuff like that too. But so like I got an opportunity to play beyond high school and like, you know, when I was playing football, it was like every level was just like, you know, you had to step your game up. There was levels to the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you went from high school to college to elite college and then into like, you know, a pro setting. And every level that I got to, you know, everybody was expected to be a little bit more professional.
Yeah.
And like you only learn that professionalism from the leaders of the team or the people around you.
Yeah.
And I think that like there's at least these are the first steps in my lifetime that I can see them putting people in a setting where they've proven themselves. You know, like our OC, I think Anthony Lynn's he's a pretty decently proven guy in the NFL. You know, like
I like Anthony. During the regular season, I was like, yo, if he gets fired, I wouldn't mind him here as a head coach.
Yeah. But to get back to what you were saying, like girls in the locker room, it's like we had trainers around the college locker rooms in and out like that were female. And, you know, they didn't take nobody's shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like because they were a woman, they knew like if they showed, this is my opinion, obviously, but like it seemed like if they felt like they were showing a sign of weakness, then that's when guys would try and take advantage of them. Yeah. But these girls were tough as, you know, shit, the ones that worked in the football, you know, within the football team. So like it almost put guys in their place in a way. Yeah. Just to like know that wasn't, you know, like you weren't allowed to, you know, say things in a certain way or do things in a way when they were around, you know. So, but I'm sure it's different in the league, you know.
Yeah, well, she's the owner too. It's not like just some like, you know, trainer chick. She owns the fucking team. She signs your checks, you know.
And I think she got a good look at what happened with Martha, because the D was not easy on Martha.
Yeah, no.
Like fan base like was hard on her.
They never are, man. But they really haven't like at this point. Because I used to be one of those guys, like, how can you blame the owner? Like, they just own the fucking team, right? But, like, yeah, at this point, like, you have to fucking blame. That's the one constant, you know, beyond everything.
60+ years.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing that hasn't changed. So, like, yeah, at this
however
point.
long Fords have owned it. But
yeah. It's your. Sorry, I don't want to touch this hand sanitizer. I don't know why. But it's your fucking fault at that point. Like, you're responsible. You're ultimately the leader. You make the hires. If you're not on their ass to do their job correctly, like, yeah, it can be the fucking owner. Like, and she's taking the step, like, again, just from my conversation with Slay, like, she's getting involved, and I like that. But, and I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm kind of just, like, fucking...
Yeah, well, like, and I think it's a good... Because she got that, what she saw when happened to Martha, and she was like, oh, shit, this is not... And she's been in the organization, I'm sure, for a little while longer than either of us know, but... Yeah. Like, she got an eye-opening experience to see that, like... Okay, this is like a real life thing for these people in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like this team is a lot of people's livelihood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like peace of mind in a way.
It really is, yeah.
So I think it seems like she's taking that very seriously, which is important to me as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like at least seeing that from the top down and putting the right people in place and letting that kind of just trickle effect down throughout the organization is a lot better than trying to, okay, let's grab Quinn and Patricia and let's let them everything. Try and infect the entire organization that way. I don't think that's not the way the Patriots were built. They weren't built from plucking somebody and bringing them in. Yeah. They were built from Kraft down.
Yeah, Kraft's involved.
Right.
So, yeah.
And he always has been.
Yeah. No, yeah. And then the other part to it, I think the issue was beforehand, which she's just like a different person from all the people beforehand. Because like before, in terms of ownership, it was just passed on because like a family thing. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh,
inheritance.
Yeah, just inherited. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. There's no pride. They didn't purchase it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like something they built or
it didn't feel
worked
that way. Yeah, at least to the fans.
Yeah, and it wasn't though. It truly was just inherited from Ford to Ford to Ford. Yeah, there was no sense of like pride or ownership and like, oh, I want this thing to do well. It's just hey, I got this from Grandpa. Like fucking like.
And I seen it like I always try. For some reason, I always do this, but like I try to relate it to something in my life and like what experiences I can like give an opinion off of, right?
Yeah.
And I used to work in the car dealerships, and my grandfather did for like 30, 40 years, right? Just in car business, he was a mechanic, worked his way up in management in the service department, and in like up at Moran Chevrolet, on like 15 and Gratiot up there. He was there for 30 years, and then I started working there with him. But the car business was a lot like that, where, you know, the owner would have his son, and his son would take over like as like the general manager of sales or operations throughout the whole dealership eventually, and then it would get passed on. Yeah. And then my grandpa would even tell me, like, every time that thing would get passed down,
shittier and shittier,
it's like that pride gets lost more and more. Yeah. Because it's not,
there's no dirt in your fingernails.
You didn't get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You weren't there shooting in the gym with me. You know what I'm saying?
You say if you busted your ass, you're like, damn, bro, I just bought the fucking Lions. Like, hell yeah, this is my shit. Yeah, this is my shit. No, it's fucking like, oh, I just got the Lions. Like, look at you, just, you know.
And she's married in, like, Sheila's married in, so I hope she has a chip on her shoulder. Yeah, that's what I hope. Is she's got like, no, you know, fuck that. I wanna do something here, and that's like, as a fan, that's all you can ask for at the beginning of a rebuild like this. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%. Yes, the word rebuild has become like a debate.
It's like a dark cloud in Detroit, bro.
Yeah, some people fucking hate hearing it. I have people like, I'm in this thing called DSA, the Detroit Sports Alliance. It's like other like YouTubers that cover the Lions and whatnot, mainly the Lions. But my man Luke, he's like, it's not a rebuild, it's a retooling. I'm like, bro, you gotta get that. It's not that. Like, even a retool is a rebuild, like in a way. Like everybody. I do think there's different levels of a rebuild. Don't get me wrong. Like there's the teams that are like a couple pieces away, like Philly. Like Philly right now. They're really just a couple pieces away. They're like a couple offensive linemen. I don't know
drafting
now. Because they used Alshon yesterday too.
Yeah.
Alshon, Deshaun's gone. Yeah, they might trade Zach Ertz. The quarterback's gone.
But that's what I'm saying. Now. So like you were that close.
Yeah.
To
the
like
Colts. The Colts. Like
Colts
retooling.
Too. Yeah, same thing.
Just we need a quarterback.
And like I feel like people think that with the Lions, at least, it's like we were Stafford and a couple pieces around him away, and like, or just a full like, you know, defensive rebuild. But at a certain point, there's guys that want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's the Kenny Galladays out there. There's the Marvin Joneses that these guys have proven themselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they are sitting in a spot where it's really not up to us or the team to tell them they can't go get that check. Yeah. And sorry. I if we're gonna rebuild, just, you know, I would keep that in house, because then you lose all. You can't play poker in the draft. You can't play like putting pressure on, are we or aren't we gonna draft a quarterback? Like a lot of that is needed to like really maximize your assets like this time of year, like with free agents and like drafting that. You got that 7th overall pick. There's a lot of teams still behind us that need a QB. Yeah. And if we're like, we don't need a QB, we got Goff, we're gonna kind of ride him until his contract's over. Well, then like Carolina, and
they don't know.
They're like, okay, we don't need to give up anything to get to that 7th pick. Yes. So I hope we play that close to the vest, because
we have been too, man. Because like I don't fucking know, bro. I really don't. I want a quarter. I'm not gonna lie. I want Trey Lance. I think that's the guy's gonna be there at that spot.
See, I'm a Fields guy. I don't think he's gonna fall to us, but like, he's got that dog in him, bro.
Think so?
I think he's got that, like.
You watch a lot more college ball than me too.
Yeah, like he looks like he's got that. He's just got the right personality for a city like this too. Mm-hmm. Like he's been through adversity, even at Ohio State, where it's like the top of the top.
Yeah, it's a cream of the crop. You're giving everything.
But like he had to like sit behind guys, watch them. You know.
Who do you sit behind? Burrow.
Well, he was with
Burrow.
I always forget the guy that came in.
Dwayne Haskins.
Well, he had Haskins, and then the one guy that just came in for like the national championship a few years ago.
Oh, shotgun, Cordell Patterson?
Yeah. So like,
not Patterson, what the fuck's his name?
I'm pretty sure he had to watch them guys go through like getting all their love.
You think he was there that long?
I'm pretty sure I don't think he was like I have to fact check.
Is he a senior?
But,
yeah, is he?
But I'm pretty sure he had to watch some guys like go through some shit. And, you know, when you're highly recruited out of high school and you go to like a bigger fish, bigger pond type of place, you're either one of two ways. You're like the type of guy that's gonna like, you know, sit back and like try and learn, or you got the dog in you. And it seems like Fields just like every time he goes out there, he hears all that noise and it makes him play better. Because he always plays really well in those games where people like don't think he's gonna play well, and proves himself. So I'd like to see a guy like that here. I don't know enough about Trey Lance to. Yeah. I've seen him play like on highlight tapes and stuff like that.
No one really does, honestly.
But like I don't know what kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
And like unless you got that with you, like how Stafford didn't care, bro.
I don't want to say he didn't care because I'm not a big Stafford guy. I wasn't like I kept it real. Like, dude wasn't the sole problem, but he wasn't the answer.
Yeah, he wasn't the solution.
Yeah, and like people were like, oh, he has so many fucking get those yards out of your fucking mouth, bro. Yeah. Like if you're
dubs, bro. We're talking dubs.
Yes, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And like, if you're losing every single game, you have a fuck ton of yards. You're gonna have a fuck ton of yards. Like if he was number 1 in touchdowns, let's have a talk. Yeah. But he's not. You know what I'm saying?
And even at that, it's like stats are superficial a lot of the time.
Yes.
So like it's with stats, it's what you see on the outside.
Mm-hmm. I learned that this year too with Tom Brady because I had to fucking like finally like get it out of my head. That's not always the sexy shit that makes you the best. Sometimes just making the right play. Although he's such a fucking that's a whole thing I get into. But because he also has teams like defense and whatever.
And and this was like completely different from any Tom Brady season. Really, outside of like the Randy Moss era.
Yeah, this is Justin Fields started at Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. He had to go through some shit to get to where he was.
Then Ohio State.
Yeah.
And then some pretty nice stats, bro. Full season last year, 2019, 41 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions.
Bro, he got that dog in him. Bro.
I like that. Okay, I mean,
and he's the type of QB that's gonna like transcend Anthony Lynn's type of offense too, because Herbert was mobile. You know, he played at Oregon.
That thing too a little bit though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He was mobile like the Patty Mahomes style, where he created more time for himself.
Yeah,
he created those opportunities for guys to get open.
Yeah,
and I think Fields has that same style of play.
Yeah,
and I think Trey Lance has that too, but I don't think he's done it in the shine where it's gonna prove it to me yet.
I think with Lance, I think like the fact that he's even in the conversation, being the youngest guy, only 20 years old. And, like, coming from a smaller school, like, I think the dog's in them just for that reason alone. Like,
could be.
In North Dakota State, for you to become, a top 10 conversation, like, draft pick.
Yeah,
at the quarterback position. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some dog you had to work your way to even get in the conversation. Bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's no doubt there for sure.
The fact, too, is, like, he's, again, so young. We have a situation with Goff now. He can sit and develop
a couple years
better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the reason why I want the quarterback, too, is, like, by then, 2 years, okay, we're done with Goff. Maybe he even becomes a trade asset. We get more for him.
Yeah.
But then you have this fucking guy on a rookie contract, and I can sign some key pieces. Then you have your retooling, right? You go and grab somebody like top name free agents on the defensive end.
I'm telling you, man, that's the best thing the Lions can do right now is I hope they're playing checkers and not chess. I think they need to be like...
Or chess, not checkers?
Or, no, I hope they're playing checkers.
Okay.
And acting like they're playing chess. Like I think they need to keep the same... mentality that they've had for the last 60 years. Let everybody think they're doing the same old Lion shit, at least as far as the league side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let it come off like we're doing the same shit we've always done.
Yeah.
And then when, like, really draft night is going to be the biggest thing.
So it sounds like you want a quarterback.
No, I think they need to trade it.
You want to trade it?
I think they
Would you be mad if it's a quarterback? Or do you see it? Like, do you see...
It depends on who it is, man. Like,
really?
I think if they go with Lance or, like, a Fields and don't reach... for like something stupid like the kid from Bama or something like that, just because he's clean. Like if all them guys are gone, you know what I'm saying? Like say Lance and Fields are gone, and then they reach for something stupid.
Trade back at that point. If those guys are gone,
get rid of that.
Yeah.
If there's a quarterback there and it's Fields, I got to do more research on Lance before I can like talk. I think he's a hell of an athlete.
Yeah. I feel like his basement's Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah,
just what he's showing his ability to run.
Very similar.
He obviously throw 0 interceptions, by the way. Like super clean. Obviously, he's at North Dakota State. Which what's this guy doing? Oh, he's picking up garbage. You see him by the Jeep? I was like, oh, you give me a ticket? Hey, she said I could park here, motherfucker.
You better get that ticket validated.
Hey, motherfucker!
That's the D for you, bro. You never know what you're gonna get.
Bro, you never know, man. He's got the vet. He looks like a motherfucking parking monitor. Man, you too close to my car, dog. Back the fuck up, dog. What's up? Why are you so close to my shit, man?
He's trying to take a sneak peek on the inside.
Yeah, man. I should go press the
button.
button.
Open? Is that bitch open?
Hey, I'm about to press the lock button and see what the fuck. Yeah, bro, what are you doing right now, bro? Bitch. Ooh. Yeah, nigga.
Get the stepping.
Yeah. Get the stepping. Motherfucker. Anyway. Yeah, so for me, heading into this draft, if I wouldn't be mad with Fields. I think I like Lance more just because of the upside. Yeah. It's sexier to say he's younger and he could do more down the line, which truthfully isn't the case.
And Fields is sexier because he comes from Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like
he's more polished for sure. Yeah. I just feel like there's a higher ceiling on Lance, but it also just could be the unknown, really. Yeah. And it could be
I don't think Fields is falling to us, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think Fields gets to us either.
But that would be, if, for me, that's my like.
Do you think Lance would be there?
I don't think so, bro.
Yeah,
I think that it's such a hype train on quarterbacks this year that everybody's buying.
Isn't it wild, bro? I was just having this conversation. I don't remember. It could have been with my fucking self. Who fucking knows? But like,
right.
Usually, sometimes I even like look back like Mahomes draft. I think he was 10. Watson came a little later. Yeah. Like Lamar was lit back in that one too. Like studs, all three of those guys, right? This one, everyone's like, yo, we're fucking getting up now. Top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys aren't even going past 10 right now in this draft. Like,
and it's like
speaks to something. Something's there, right? Like it has to be.
It has to be, but at the same time, it's like betting. And then you see Vegas put that like -1.5 on the line, and you're like, that's just a 1.5. And then like 30 seconds is left, and you're sitting there, and it's like, it's been a tie ball game since like 8 minutes to go. You know what I'm saying? So like, I really don't. That's where I hope the Lions are playing that the checkers not chess game. And they're showing everybody their hand, and then I hope they really got a good game plan. Come draft night.
It's still chess, by the way.
But no,
you're making them think you're playing checkers. Exactly. It's like mindfulness. Yeah,
they need to
showing
be
checkers playing chess.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, I really hope they're taking that next step because they got the right guys. I really think they did a good job with the coaching staff.
Dude. Well, even beyond then too, we got John Dorsey in the front office now too. He was involved with drafting Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. Even the Browns, like obviously I don't think Baker Mayfield's much, but the fact that he was hands-on and getting a lot of pieces that are there now, the only thing he didn't really get was a coach. You know what I'm saying? It's like, player-wise, talent-wise, like he can get some motherfuckers like in here. You know what I'm saying? Like
big time. And the more guys you have like that, like, you see it at U of M with Juwan Howard going there. Yeah. There's these big names going there now. You know, like big recruits that we really hadn't got with Beeline. I mean, we got a few bigger names, but now it seems like they're like getting on a wait list now, you know?
Yeah.
And in the league more so, I think that's becoming a bigger trend where you got these guys that have worked with, you know, other players that are now coming to this team.
Yeah, I like that too.
You know, I think that's big for a team like ours.
Especially like the player coach type thing. Is that what you're talking about? Like, yeah.
Exactly.
They can relate to the players more easily. They develop, I feel like, a stronger relationship because they have like, I guess the same experiences, you know what I'm saying, as players and now coaches.
I'm not going to lie. I liked the Bob Quinn and the idea of the Bob Quinn Patriot way. Like, I like that idea because they're proven over there.
Yeah.
But I don't think they...
Yeah, I saw where it was going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I definitely saw where it was going. But even Patricia, I was like, oh, well, I was nervous as fuck because Caldwell gave us the most winning in my lifetime. Yeah. The most, like, consecutive, like, win seasons and playoff bursts since my whole life. Yeah. So it was really, I was scared to fucking turn away from, deservingly so eventually, but like, I was like, fuck.
The idea was great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that was a great idea. I just don't think they had the right, like I said, like we were talking about, the people at the top, for us, we didn't have the right people there to pick the right people from the Patriots. Yeah. Or to know that the right people weren't available for the opportunity.
Yeah, and it seemed like it's just like a buddy thing at that point too, because Caldwell really didn't deserve to get fired.
I feel like Bob Quinn was like a secondary pick for us as a GM, and then same thing with Patricia. I feel like we probably wanted like Josh McDaniels, but they were
so like, oh yeah, you guys, Josh McDaniels too, yeah.
Like their OC, I feel like we wanted him more because of Stafford and like where our team was going with the offense and where we wanted it to go. But they made that aware that he wasn't available, and Patricia was like the next best thing.
Yeah. People were still really high on Patricia, though, like in the media. Like,
oh, yeah.
He's a rocket scientist.
And don't get me wrong, I was like...
Hey, carries a fucking pencil in his beard and taking notes.
He's got 8 pencils in there.
Yeah.
He never loses it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that if they had, I think that's where they're trying to get the trajectory of this team going. And it could be the hopeless Lions fan in me, just trying to be optimistic. And every offseason we're sitting here like,
I know.
And then they just rip our hearts out, bro.
Every
like,
time,
third weekend.
It's crazy. How do we for as long as we've been alive, and older people too, even longer, how do we fall for this shit every single fucking time, man?
I've had a couple conversations with my brother on our podcast where we're I'll usually end the last 10 minutes of our pod, just with current stuff going on with us or, what we're interested in outside of what we've already talked about. And a lot of times it's the Lions. You know what I'm saying? Or, a Detroit team or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember, halfway through the Lions season, we were on, episode 2. And there was we had the bye week, right? And Patricia did the whole thing where he gave the game ball to Sheila Hamp and, They had won they hadn't won a game that week because it was a bye week, and you're only supposed to give a game ball away when you win a game. And they're giving a game ball away.
Oh, I didn't know that happened.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I didn't peep that.
So bye week came. Patricia calls a team meeting. This is fact. You can look this up. Uh-huh. He calls a team meeting and invites Sheila and I think a couple other people in the
front office
out. And he was trying to, turn the season around to keep his job. Exactly. So he gives a game ball away on a bye week, and anybody playing football knows you give a game ball away.
That's a great performance and shit. Yeah,
on a dub to the player that did
and they were like, well, we didn't get it done today, but Mike, here's your ball.
Can I keep my job? Can I get another week out of you? That's and it was just at that point I was like, I'm done with this guy. That's when I was like.
When he came out and he said this shit about he was handed a rebuild situation, I was like, oh yeah, you're not the guy, bro. If you're there's no, and I don't even want to talk about him too much because he's gone now, but that lack of leadership or ownership and being accountable for why this fucking team blows. If by year 3 you don't have that in you and you're making excuses from fucking 3 years ago, bro, when they were in the playoffs the year before that, even get your fat ass out this moment.
and we can say that because here we've been through the worst of the worst, and we've had some of the best with athletes and even some coaches that we've had here have gone other places and really done well.
Yeah.
But we can sit here and be Patricia wasn't the one. We gave him ample time, ample opportunity, and more than enough resources to I think prove himself.
Yeah,
him and Bob Quinn.
The third year, I was on the train of well, he's supposed to be sweet. Give him this third year. Let's see what he does. Mm-hmm. I was on the train to give him a third year.
Too.
And then after he showed that lack of leadership in that moment, I was like, oh yeah, he's not the guy.
No.
I want him to gone.
Yeah,
he should have been gone honestly after that statement. You're supposed to be the fucking leader. If you can't take ownership of what's going on here, you're not a leader, and just in general, no matter what the fuck. If you're washing cars, you know what I'm saying
and that's the exact what we were talking about was going on for the last 60 years of getting this team inherited is the common denominator over those decades that you can see is the lack of accountability. Mm-hmm. It was always it was his fault, it was their fault, it was and Sheila doesn't seem like she's doing that. She's no, we got to do this. This is on us. We got to do it this way. We're going to do what we're going to bring people in that have proven that.
Yeah.
And I like where this is going. I can't give it full blessing yet because they've ripped my soul out so many times over my life.
Yeah. You know what else I like too though is before it was Rod Wood, and Sheila, whoever else, making the hires, and he's a financial guy. He's just their accountant type thing. But this time around, they brought in football-minded people, and Chris Spielman,
Dorsey.
I'm saying to make those hires.
That's
so
big.
It's those are football hires. I'm saying not fucking Rod Wood liked you in an interview, which Dan Campbell felt for a little bit there because
it got a little iffy. But your guy at the top, your head coach, and at least from my perception of where I could see. At least from where I played in college and how the coach was.
Your mic voice went a little bit.
But yeah, where I could see in college, every level I got to, the head coach was always more of the example. He set everything by example.
The leader,
right?
Yeah.
The offensive coordinators, those are the guys that are in your shit every day. You know what I'm saying? That aren't your best friend, that aren't there to make you feel good. And a lot of times the guy right at the top, excluding like fucking Belichick and people like that. But like the guy at the top was always that, that voice, that like guy that was always never too high, never too low.
Giving you the why behind things.
And I think that's what I think Dan Campbell is probably pretty good at. When he was in Miami and he got that interim coach thing there. I think it was Philbin.
Joe Philbin.
Yeah, when he lost his job and he stepped in, everybody thought he was goofy, but like he was the team bought in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the fact that he even was given it, because I think at that point he's even less experienced than he is now as a head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're picking you to keep.
He's got something, bro. He wouldn't be given these opportunities if he didn't have some kind of it factor. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what you need as a head coach. You need like that it factor. A guy's gonna like listen to you.
Before the Packers hired, who's the coach right now? I can't think of his name.
Oh,
Matt
LaFleur.
Yeah,
and then it was McCarthy before him.
Yeah, they wanted to interview Campbell, I guess, during that candidacy.
That hiring process.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm still kind of iffy on Campbell. I'm not gonna lie, just because when I look at like championship coaches, I can't. When was the last time a Dan Campbell guy was there?
I think the only thing he's got going for him there is that he spent a lot of time with Sean Payton.
Yeah.
The last few years. Like, he spent a lot. And he's got his D coordinator that's done the same thing. Yeah. So, I think they're...
And then Anthony Lynn, who was another head coach. And then he's with the Jets, too. Anthony Lynn was offensive coordinator with them. They had Mark Sanchez, who, don't forget, not really a great quarterback, but they made it work.
But they had a squad.
Exactly.
Back then. They had a team that, like... didn't really turn the ball over very much, and like they
offensively, I really can't name too many names on that team. Can you, like I'm saying, like I feel like it just made it work.
This is the offensive lineman that comes out of me, but that was when like Damian Woody was on, because he played for the
Nick
Lions.
Mangold.
Yeah, them guys were on that offensive
they
front.
had a good offensive line.
They had a pretty stud offensive line for a while.
The fact that we know those names tells you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
No one fucking knows offensive linemen unless they're a stud. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, like those pieces, I think they're doing a good job on. Like they've checked the boxes for me as far as coaching staff goes so far. Yeah. I'm not all 100 bought in on Dan Campbell. He's got a lot of proving to do as a head coach.
Are you nervous though?
I'm always nervous, bro. I'm a Lions fan. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't go into a free agency, a draft, nothing, and not be nervous with this team. You know?
Yeah, that's something that sucks too, man. Free agency's gonna be really fucking boring for us this year. Not a lot of cap space. How you feel about the Kenny Galladay thing? With the franchise tagging him.
Well, if we're going to rebuild, I think it's stupid to franchise tag
Thank you. Yes. It makes no fucking sense. We have one receiver in contract right now, I believe. It's Cephas.
Cephas, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, it's okay. So you need to fill out a fucking entire room. Why are we spending $60 million on one guy?
That's a jersey move. You know, that's jersey sales, if you ask me. Like, we really don't have anybody else on the team.
And if we do it, bro, I'm being more nervous about this rebuild. Because, like, what the fuck does that... like?
This is the only thing that is, like, I'm... like looking up at this is the light at the end of the tunnel.
My heart is getting fluttered thinking about
So like if you sign the guy and you're playing that checkers not chess type of deal, and you're trying to play the game a little bit, you sign him, and he's probably gonna get like 15, 16 mil a year or something like that.
Because I have a question real quick too, because I know NBA they do sign trades because you can get higher money being the draft team, the team that drafted them. Is that the case in the NFL? Can you just sign what you sign everywhere? Like, what's the benefit of a sign and trade in the NFL?
Well, I think it's just assets for who's trying to trade them. I don't think it's like the NBA where it's...
That's what I'm saying. If you could just fucking go either way, like, why the fuck am I going to sign and trade?
Yeah, but that's like that's what the franchise tag... Why the franchise
that's what we
tag...
could threaten...
Well, we would just say, hey, we're signing you, and then trade him. But I don't think we would not... Everything they've done, they've seemed to be pretty transparent with all the players that they've kind of... any deals they've had to have done, like the Stafford thing and all that. But I think if they sign him, he's going to be on board with whatever they do after that.
Yeah, I'm looking right now, too. I'm pretty sure... I just want to double check so I don't sound like an idiot.
Right.
You should be able to press the mute button so I can burp, but I don't have that in this situation. Excuse me. But I'm pretty sure the franchise tags is 2 first-rounders in that situation.
Okay.
Who's going to give up 2 first-rounders for KG? But if you have that in your back pocket, the poll, though, if he's looking at other teams and like, oh, I'm going to sign here. Like, nope.
Right.
Maybe, okay, you know what? Actually, that makes sense. Because with the franchise tag, you can force a team's hand in that trade. Because like he can say make the commitment to sign there, be like, oh, well, we're franchising them now.
And it's going to be a team that's like right on the cusp. Or like that is on the cusp of something. I know
Giants were like really interested in them throughout like the regular season.
There's buyers. That's for sure. Like you got the Giants, you got I mean, even with D-Hop in Arizona, they still want more pieces around him.
Yeah.
And they still got, like, people forget Arizona was pretty trash for quite a while there before, like, Kyler came through and, like, I mean, they had, like, the Kurt Warner era, very quick blip in there. But, like, before that, they were like the Lions for a long time.
Honestly, though, fucking no one's like the Lions. Or maybe the Browns, but even they fucking won a playoff game this year, man.
Yeah, not in our lifetime.
It's been bad for so fucking long, bro.
In our lifetime, it's been mediocre at best.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah, it's height. Exclusive franchise tag. A 1-year tender offer of the average of the top 5 salaries of players. I'm looking for the trade thing. I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
It guarantees the original club the right to of a refusal to match any offer the player might receive from another club. I just want to look at the like where it comes, like for like, because I know if someone gets tagged, another team can still grab them, but they have to give up like 2 first round. Here it is. The rise of pay scale. Usually, players from which teams would gladly give up 2 first round picks receive this version of the tag.
Yeah, I think it's really just about like what player you're getting to. You know, like there's, you know, if you're getting a wideout, obviously that's like a high valued type of player to trade for on a franchise tag because it's going to be a lot of cap.
Yeah.
A wideout's going to get a lot of money versus, I mean, anybody that's getting franchise tagged for their position is going to get a lot of money, but the different positions are making more money based on their value, right? So like a guy like Kenny, it's really got to be worth it for the team he's going to. So it's going to be a contender that's going to want to go after him.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a team that wants to like, at least I don't think it's going to be a team that's like right out of a rebuild that is pushing for a playoff berth or something like that. Like a.
It could be though.
I don't see it though, man.
Could be. I mean, as long as somebody we get something back in conversation.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Like not tagging them to keep them because I don't want that.
Is the tag like pretty much that's what they're going to do? Did they announce?
No, nothing's announced yet. I will check my phone though. Oh yeah. By the way, I know we talked about it like off air, but Tiger Woods sustained leg injuries in that accident today.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now on ESPN. That's this guy Tiger, man.
Yeah, I mean we get into that. I just don't really want to, just because like if that's not the case, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Because we got, before anybody was listening, before we hopped on air, third party made I guess, how do I say that? She said that something may have been.
She had an opinion on obviously, you know, Tiger Woods' past and like what he's been known for like the at least the newer generation of sport watchers and at least golf. You know, Tiger had a bad rap with the hoe. Yeah, with all the boy was moving and grooving, but that's neither here nor there. I think.
Come on, you Tiger fucking Woods now. Come on, I'm gonna swing my club around. But he was married. That's different.
And it's like the same thing with MJ. Like he was the MJ of that sport. So like everywhere he went, anywhere in the world.
Yeah, bro.
You're Tiger Woods.
Bro, I've been like the somebody on a nobody level, and bitches wanted to stick. He's fucking Tiger Woods. Come on now.
You got a name like that.
Yeah.
And you got, oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah.
I could only imagine like being like a young man like that. Everybody, all eyes on you.
Yeah.
And you're just, that's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah.
Anybody that has that like bad thing to say about his past, and the third party that was talking to us wasn't like negative about it in any way, shape, or form.
She was just basically saying like he was on his way from dropping off some dick, pretty much.
From a dick appointment.
Yeah.
He went from their early dick appointment too. It was like 7 a.m. if that was the case.
Yeah. Which I didn't want to put out there because like you don't know, and like the accident's kind of scary. You saw the pictures, like fucking like
it's
rough
no joke.
Looking.
He's in the hospital, so I hope. I mean, obviously, I hope all
surgeries
is
too.
well.
Yeah. I'm also looking. So no, we're not franchise tagging Kenny Galladay.
We're not.
No, I mean, well, not yet. There's still like the window to do it. Today's the first day it happened, or that you can do it. But I'm looking at a thread, and we also have Spencer Jones on the topic list. The Oklahoma wideout.
Oh,
who
the
got in
kid
that bar
got
fight.
His ass whooped?
Yeah. What's your take on? What would you take away from that one?
Oh man, I mean, like that's just. You got to know your surroundings, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. I grew up I grew up in Harper Woods, so like east side of Detroit. It was a real like it was a scrapper. Like growing up, little kids, we just scrappers in the neighborhood and stuff. Mm-hmm. So like I was never afraid to fight, but I always was like, look, if I'm gonna put myself in a position, it's got to be like emergency base only. Yeah, you know. And this guy was not in emergencies. Like
nope, he's just being a dick.
Just being a dick.
Yeah, he's being a dick.
And anytime you're just being a dick, you're gonna get bad things.
Your day's coming.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna come. No matter if you're like...
Because you don't fucking know, bro. You don't fucking know.
Especially nowadays, where MMA is, like...
prominent.
More practiced than it ever has been.
Yeah.
Just for exercise.
Yeah.
Which has given people another, like, set of confidence where, okay, like, you're going to be a dick. I'm going to show you what being a dick's going to do, you know?
So I started doing jiu-jitsu, like, 2 years ago.
Okay.
And now I'm like fucking like, oh, I'm a black belt. Like just like kind of like exercise thing.
Getting
Like
shape and shit.
Yeah, like MMA. Then like I saw an old guy walking. I'm like, yo, if that old guy's doing it, I can do it. You know. Mike, when I walk into this fucking gym, bro, I'm like, oh, this is no fun. Like I'm the only big guy here.
Yeah.
It's like there's literally one kid from my middle school named Noah.
Okay.
Little skinny white kid. Like, nothing you would think much of.
And he probably put you...
Choke me the fuck up. Okay, and after that, I was like, oh, yeah, I need to come back tomorrow and make sure this don't happen to me in the streets because, like, this is mighty embarrassing because, like...
Facts, bro. And, like, I don't care if you're, like, the biggest dude on the football team. Mm-hmm. There could be a 105-pounder that's out there that could literally slice and dice you with his knuckles. Yeah. And you have no idea. Yeah. So you got to watch yourself, man. Like, you can't put yourself out there like that, bro. My man. He was asking for it, for sure.
Oh, and the bathroom floor, too, bro. You can see the piss in the shitty video on the floor. Like
every dog has his day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just his... That was he got to the point where it was like I don't want to say anyone ever deserves to get their ass whooped, but like if anybody was asking for it, it's a guy like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Good thing, though. Men's bathroom, his girl didn't have to see. Because, bro, did you the way this shit went down, too, I don't know if you peeped, his nose was already bleeding, the kid that whooped his ass.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you see, like, before he even hit him, he wiped the blood off his nose, smacks him in the face. I think a left-hand smack, I'm doing my right hand. Smacks him in the face, and then hooks him, and then the fucking takedown. Like,
it was clean, too.
Clean.
The takedown was clean.
Super clean. All of it, bro. It was literally from a movie. He looked at his boy.
Yeah. He knew it was up.
He's like, yo, you watch out for this. I don't know what the fuck he said to him, honestly. I'm bullshitting, whatever I'm saying. But literally, like a movie sequence. Looked at him, wipes the blood, smacks him in the face, catches him hooked, takedown. Yeah. Yeah, you got to watch out nowadays.
And, like, I had the only, at least, like, actual, like, hands-on opinion I can give on that is growing up, I wrestled until, like, 6th, 7th grade. And that training is no joke. Like, the discipline it takes to do something like that. And like, everybody talks about that, but, like, until you're in a setting like that, it's a whole different ballgame.
Bro, it's growing up there. When people ask me my favorite sport, I'm conflicted at this point. I used to say, like, football. Like, no-brainer, right? MMA now, though, because of that, like, it's such a fucking grind. It's mano-a-mano. No referees can fuck it up. It's just truly, like, who's a bigger warrior or who's gets
more
lucky
prepared
with a punch.
right there. And
you know what I'm saying?
Shit,
like, you never fucking know because there's still the puncher's chance thing thrown in there, too, you know?
And it's evolving so fast. Like, it seems like the sport is evolving so fast and, like, more... Not to say that there weren't the top athletes in the sport to begin with, but, like, as things like this get more and more popular... Other people that are like, oh, that shit ain't cool, that aren't doing it, are now doing it. And they're freak athletes, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like the John Jones of the world, like them guys that are freak-ass athletes physically.
Francis Ngannou. Like, bro.
Now they're playing this sport, that's when it gets scary.
And this is just the infancy of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because, like, And
it's going so fast.
Wait till, like, MMA gets a fucking LeBron James in that motherfucker. Bro, what? Can you picture a flying knee from LeBron James, bro? Like,
bro, he would hit you with a kick from the other side of the cage.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it would bring in completely different element into the sport.
Yeah.
You know, like, having those kind of athletes would change the sport in itself.
Yeah, man.
And it is, you know, that's why it's become so popular. Because people are seeing these guys that are, you know, the best athletes in the world now. Yeah. Just throw down.
We even just, too, like, fucking, like, you know, little Jimmy from playing baseball, maybe he sees Conor McGregor now. Or John Jones is like, yo, I want to be that guy. Instead of, like, LeBron James. I'm like, I just want to be the guy who, like, whooped that bully's ass on the bathroom floor. Like,
because they like, and I'm sure you can attest to this, but like training like that gives you that confidence.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're a ball player or you're playing sports, your confidence comes from your ability to play the game. I don't care what anyone tells you.
Yeah.
Like if you're
you know what you can do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like if you're not that athletic but you grind it out, you're going to become that confident, really good player. If you're just a freak athlete, that confidence just is there because you're that good most of the time. I mean, there's I think Calvin Johnson was probably one of the outliers where I think he was confident up here.
Yeah.
But I don't think he knew how to like relay it very well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that was his bag, and I think it was the same thing with Stafford.
Kind of crazy that shit doesn't happen to people like that.
I know. It just for me I do this very easily. You know, like,
it's fun.
Yeah.
I love to talk shit.
I know.
Bro, I talk so much shit.
It's a sport in itself for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in anything I talk shit. Yeah.
So, but like there's guys out there that are, the best at what they do, and they just can't, it's not their thing to like take it from here and go here with it.
Some people just can't articulate like the shit talk too. Like,
for sure. Or they just get nervous or, whatever the case may be. But.
Yeah. Colby Covington is like one, like, he's a good fighter. Like, if you see him go off script, he just makes no sense. He's just saying like the most embarrassing shit.
Well, and it's like Floyd Mayweather's kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Like when he gets put on the spot live.
Kind of ripped him apart. Bro. I was like, yo, I thought this guy was good at talking shit. That's not the case at all. He's just good at being kind of ignorant and like just yelling, shouting things out.
I think he's a good businessman, so like he makes good planning. But like off the top and like
not there.
Salesman and like how that shit goes, like he's not that guy. He's got people around him that do that very well for him though. So.
Yeah. No, 1,000%. Another thing on the list, and this is kind of like yesterday's news, but like it's on here, and I'm just like randomly scrolling through the phone. What do you make of the Michael Pittman not giving up number 11 to Carson Wentz over in Indy?
To be honest, like I'm not a very big Carson Wentz fan at all.
Yeah,
I haven't been since he was in the league, and it's not like I feel like now it's going to be made a thing that it's about these guys not coming from big schools. That's not what I mean, but like even just looking at his league resume, like I said, I think they had a really good team around him for a while.
The defense was
early on.
Yeah,
I think he was a lot of his mistakes and like the bad parts about him were getting, like put secondary because the team was kind of carrying that for him. Like the defense was playing well for him and those kind of things. So I haven't been really high on Carson Wentz. And to be honest, I don't think he's earned, just because you're the quarterback, I don't think that means you automatically have rights to your number.
Yeah.
Like even Brady, when he went to Tampa, Godwin had 12. I mean, obviously it's Tom Brady. You're going to give up your 12. But like Tom Brady didn't walk in there. He was, from what I read, Tom Brady walked in there like, I can pick whatever fuck number I want. I'm Tom Brady, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really don't matter. So, but obviously Godwin gave up that 12.
Yeah.
Wentz hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, and I don't even know if he even asked for the number yet. Now I'm thinking about it. Like, everyone's running with this, like, narrative and shit, too. But I don't think Wentz even, like...
I'm sure it's something.
It's going to come up, yeah. I wonder...
Because that conversation has to be had.
Yeah, and if anything, it might build some chemistry a little bit. Maybe take some out to dinner or some shit to get the number from him. Like, I don't... Yeah. I don't know.
And it could be Pittman playing that thing. Like, okay, we spent a lot for you, like, on this team. You know what I mean? And
that's a great point. Yeah.
Like if this is what it is, you got to show us something. Because they're not like, it's not like the Colts are way off.
Oh, bro, I think Wentz is gonna see. I'm on the opposite of Carson Wentz. A lot of people like trash him. Mm-hmm. Including my man Pat McAfee. I watch like his podcast a lot too. Always trashing Wentz. He's like, I don't want him here. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
Now he's there, which is funny. But I think Wentz, when I look at his career, before he got hurt, obviously, like, the good defense, but 11-2 at the time, and the stats wise, and I only know this because I was like debating. I'm not like a fucking freak like that. 11-2, 4,000. He had an MVP season before he got hurt. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Like 4,000 plus yards, I think, like still 3 games ago in the season, whatever. But and then after that though, another playoff berth where he really wasn't throwing at anybody. Deshaun Watson, Alshon Jeffrey, obviously guys known to get hurt, and then this year too. Lost Zach Ertz on top of Alshon Deshaun being gone. It's a lot of Sean's to say in a sentence.
Yeah, hey, you did well there.
I had to run it back. Like, right. I fucked it up. So, like, I think there's definitely still potential there. Then, not to mention though, Frank Wright was offensive coordinator of the Eagles in that Super Bowl year when he had that bomb-ass year. Who's the head coach of the Colts?
And sometimes that's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like, having that the right minds, especially at the quarterback position. You know what I mean? Like, you're on the same page. They definitely were not. Like, Peterson and Wentz were not on the same page in Philly. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that is going to play a big part, and that's a big reason why he became a Colt, is because of that relationship he probably had. You know, right? Because he came in as a rookie with
Frank Wright, I believe so.
Because Wentz has only been in the league for
2016. I have his stats pulled up right now, actually, which I could have just referred to that when I was talking all those numbers. 4,000 yards. Yeah, came in 2016.
What's Wright's first name?
Frank. Frank Wright. Need to get spanked right for setting chat. Little accident murderer, and I ain't never heard of you.
That's where I was like, is it Frank Wright? No, it's Frank Wright.
Yeah. Yeah, 11-2 that Super Bowl year. 5-6. We got hurt again too.
So what year did Wentz come into the league?
2016 he came in the league.
Okay. Frank Wright.
TV's there. He's rookie year.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking jump. I'm wondering if he wasn't there actually. No, I'm looking at I mean, also his rookie year too though. But
there's a lot of Frank Wrights in the world.
Just do Frank Wright NFL coach.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a professional Googler.
You probably are by now.
Let me take the reins. I'll race you though. Go here.
I'm terrible at this shit.
How are you with your tabs on your internet? Like, I'm a guy.
I'm good with that.
I don't like to close a lot of them though. I just keep so many open.
This type of shit, I have to be practiced in it. Like, I have to have that flow of like, okay, I'm set up this way. Like, probably from now on, I'll have a system because I know, like, if we're back in this room doing it this way.
Oh, you know what the fuck? His name's Frank Reich.
Reich. Okay.
Yeah, like fucking.
That's where
it popped up for me on here. Let's go with coaching history though. Let's go to Wikipedia. I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to. Take me home, Wikipedia. Take me where I need to be.
Reich.
Yeah. Look at us. I have to edit this podcast.
That's all right.
Well, I'm trying to click on the
fucking fuck up too, man.
Wikipedia. Yeah, there you go. I'm trying to click on the Wikipedia page, but there's only links to
I think I found it. Here we go.
When he coached under. Here we go. Just gotta wait for the load. Unless you found it.
I'm in the Wikipedia.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
as a player, he played for the Lions. Frank Reich. 1997, 1998.
See, learn something new every day.
He was with. Oh yeah, he was there. 2016.
Yep.
He was there his rookie year.
So that's probably was huge for them going after him because I said I think there's a lot of
pull the mic in a little bit.
I think there's a lot better quarterbacks out there that
they got him for nothing, bro.
Yeah, that was
how the fuck how
because
he still had good.
Look at his stats last season.
Yeah. I guess rough for sure.
Turnover wise, like that's a huge blow for a quarterback.
Yeah, no, there's no excuse for him last year. I know like the injuries, but like when you have that many interceptions, like that's not
he was injured. Like that's really the thing. I'm gonna give Carson Wentz the benefit of the doubt going in, like as a fresh slate with the Colts is that he's back with his boy, as a coach, and he's like, so he's what, 3 years removed from the ACL.
2018 was ACL, or no, 2017 was ACL. So
4 years.
Yeah,
this will be the fourth season removed, and sometimes like that, it takes a minute, for a guy to get that confidence back.
Yeah,
on an injury like that.
What I liked for him too, when he was healthy, he could run a little bit too. He'll put a shoulder, which isn't a good thing. Obviously, sometimes you want your quarterback to stay healthy, but he wasn't scared to put a shoulder down.
He had that aspect in his game for sure.
Yeah. Real quick, and I'm just doing this because I'm an asshole. I want to compare Stafford's interceptions and Wentz's.
I love it. Hey, he ain't our quarterback no more.
Yeah, I am curious. Let's see.
We can talk shit.
All right, I'm comparing. This thing's loaded. You ever see those ads where like they'll make something look like a dick or like something like mildly inappropriate?
100%. It's like they just throw in.
I'm just scrolling. Like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
All right.
And it's on the shadiest like advertisement pop-ups too.
Yeah. What the fuck did I click on just now? Interceptions. These aren't totals. Come on, give me the totals, man.
It's like buy this tube steak off of Craigslist.
Yeah. God damn, actually, Carson Wentz has 4 more interceptions than Matthew Stafford.
4 more?
Yeah.
Already.
Way less played games.
Yes.
And that's just between 2016 to now.
Yeah.
So it's not even like the full. Yeah, it's rough.
That's where you get hurt as a quarterback. You're turning the ball over.
Yeah.
You're going to go like on the market for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, where you at, because this is a big debate too, and like the DSA thing, like
okay.
I'm criticized for. Quarterback record, obviously, like there's like the defense that takes the field and it helps you win games and stuff like that. But as a quarterback, my opinion is like you're most hands-on in the result of the game regardless of it. Yeah, your defense can let up a lot of points, and that does suck at times too, but like you have the ability to call audibles. You know, you have the ability to change the fucking run, hot route, shit like that. Like, is a quarterback record like deserving to be a stat because of that, or no because of the everything else?
Like, you're saying like, is their record the end all be all for a quarterback?
Not the end all be all, but like, does it? I'll just throw a quarterback stat out the window. Actually, is that fair? Like the quarterbacks deserve like the blame and praise that comes along with it?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think like if you're choosing to play the position of quarterback, you know that's coming along with it.
Yeah.
You want to be that. Like if you're a good quarterback, you're the kid that wanted to be that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
that's a good point. Because you could always say no. You could always say no. I'm like, I'm gonna get in the running back line. Like,
right. Or I could go play wide out and the quarterback can throw me the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think record is huge because it tells more than just like how good statistics, like we always talk about with Stafford. Like he had all these statistical accolades, but like when it came back to his record, and especially with the teams that he had with Caldwell, and he was in those big game moments, he didn't really shine like he needed to get over that hump.
Yeah.
And you could blame it on like, you know, not being there enough, not being in the big game moment enough or whatever, but like that's also on you as a quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, so Stafford's a kind of a little bit of a unicorn in that conversation to me, just because he was here, you know, and I think he probably would have got the same rap if he would have went to like a Cleveland too, because it was like mirror image of us, you know.
Yeah.
So like if he had the same kind of season, they would have been talking about his record there, you know.
Yeah.
What if he would have went to like a, you know, say he's Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, you know, but the Stafford, the player, he's going to be touted as one of the best of all time because like Aaron Rodgers has won games. That's why Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, because he's won those games.
The thing with me too, like, and Aaron Rodgers is hard to even compare anyone to him because he's so great in my opinion. Like Aaron Rodgers is amazing.
Oh man, of our generation, probably the best quarterback that we've ever seen.
Yes, the best thrower of the fucking football. Yeah, absolutely.
All around. Like I would say, Aaron Rodgers to me is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Okay, I feel the same way too. Yeah. But I always the rings get thrown in your face, and that's like a whole...
And he, you know, Tom Brady has the intangibles like that. I would say that Aaron Rodgers.
Are you? Because I know you're a Michigan guy. Are you a Tom Brady guy?
Early on I wasn't, because it was like it was like the Belichick Brady. Like I didn't like that early on in his career.
He doesn't do anything sexy, man. Yeah. It's like,
but then he like later on in his career, like, I would say after the Randy Moss era, when him and Randy like turned up.
Yeah.
And even when they lost to the Giants that year, like Tom Brady showed me that he could go from just the guy that Belichick told what to do every play to going up there doing the audibles, throwing that bitch because you got Randy Moss and doing that sexy, you know, type of season.
Yeah.
So like, you know, he proved a lot to me in that transition. But I can't say he's like my favorite quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. I would have to go with like I'm a big Elway fan. I like the way Elway played the game. Like he's kind of like how Wentz, you were talking about Wentz, like he'd go run somebody over.
Yeah.
You know, like I like that.
He's fucking there to ball. Like I'm here to play.
And that was the era of football too. Like it was different.
The helicopter hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like you seen that growing up as a kid, especially like loving football. Mm-hmm. Like that was a big thing. And then like I'm high on Rodgers. I just hate him because he plays for Green Bay.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. I hate to say it. He's probably my favorite. Him and Russell Wilson, my two like favorite quarterbacks.
Yeah, I like
to watch,
Russ too. I like Russ.
Mahomes now too. He's obviously entered the conversation.
It's hard not to like Mahomes, man. He's so good. Like he's so good at the game.
Insane, bro.
It's hard to not like him.
It isn't the shit in the Super Bowl where he's like just running back, where he just turns around and just fucking like flings it, but hits the fucking guy in the helmet and hands. Like, wait, what?
That's freak. That's what I'm talking about. The freak athletes playing that, like the position that they were meant to play.
Yeah.
he's playing the position that like God gave him the gifts to play.
there's a fucking still shot. I think it's from the Super Bowl. I could be wrong, but he's like parallel to the fucking ground. Like, you know what I'm saying, his body's just like floating in the air.
Yeah, and he's throwing that boy downfield.
Bro,
like
what?
40 plus yards downfield on
accurately. Like, what in the fuck? Like, this shit's insane to me, man.
And that, like, you could look in his eyes, like during that game, like he's got that dog in him too.
Oh yeah.
You know, like he's got that, like, this is only going to make me that much better. So people, Lions can do whatever they want this year, or any team can do whatever they want. Yeah. I fear playing the Chiefs next year.
Oh my God, yeah.
Big time.
And I was looking at his contract the other day. I'm gonna nerd out a little bit this too. This will also maybe show some respect to Tom Brady. Again, like that defense did hold Patrick Mahomes at 9 fucking points. Like we gotta remember that too before we put this guy's cack in our fucking mouths.
Facts.
Yeah, but he made like the check down throws for Mahomes were there in that game and just kept trying to throw down the field.
Yeah.
But he's still young. It's like his third or fourth year.
Yeah, and he was on you ever watch The Shot, LeBron's thing on HBO?
No, but I should because I love LeBron.
Bro, you would.
I kind of learned. I hate LeBron, but yeah.
You would love that show.
Yeah.
It's on if you got HBO Max or any of that, or if you don't, I got you.
All right, yeah,
I got you.
Bet. See, Mike's a real one. Yeah.
So he's on there on one of the episodes, and he's talking about like he only started playing football, I think, like junior year of high school.
What?
Yeah, junior year of high school, and like he's like.
What?
The year that they won the Super Bowl, he's like, I'm just now getting to like where I know defenses when I walk up to the line of scrimmage and I can see it, you know? So like
that's some scary shit, bro.
As long as he keeps his head on straight, because he's big now. Like after he won the Super Bowl, my ex, her mom and like some of her family is from Kansas, and we went there to like vacation, and he is like MJ there, bro.
Yeah. Bro, he's MJ here for me. I mean,
like, it's getting there.
Yeah, he's getting there. You're right. Yeah, but yeah. His contract, the way they redid it too, is so fucking like genius. I don't know if I looked at the numbers because I'm trying to see like
because he ain't stupid.
How it worked. Yeah, he's still somehow like how usually the big money comes in the back end of the contract.
The guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like for a guy like that, most of the time it comes in guaranteed money, but they didn't do it that way.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did. They front loaded it. He's getting all that big money now. And
so he is getting a guarantee, in signing bonus.
Yeah, he's getting it now. He's getting all the fucking just big number. They put it in the back end because like if you get hurt, cool. I don't have to pay that to you now. Well, the Chiefs smart on this end. I don't know if it's. I'm not gonna give Mahomes credit for this, but like the fucking $30 million years, $50 million years are like these past next 2 years. After this year, it's like it's like $15 million. It even goes in like I think like 5. I could look it up right now. I got
that's smart. That's smart as hell because that allows your team to stay good for a long fucking time. Man.
Yeah, because then I got money to like when the time goes on, they
can plan for
Patrick Mahomes or not Patrick Mahomes, but Tyreek Hill,
Travis Kelce, all their linemen, all that stuff.
Man.
Because like the only thing that they're kind of shaky on now is they had them 2 offensive linemen. Hurt.
But one was COVID, wasn't it? I know. Eric Fisher. Eric Fisher was Achilles.
Yeah.
And the other guy I think a last minute COVID pull.
Could have been. I thought it was an injury. I thought they were both injury, but
you could be right.
Whatever reason, that's probably the only spot that they got looming. Yeah. That's like could be a major.
Which like when you have that many pieces though, you can mortgage your future for that one. Here's a couple first rounders. Like give me the best tackle in the game.
And you like offensive and defensive lines can really be built in free agency too. Like you can get good guys like TJ Lang, you know what I mean? Like he almost immediately became our best offensive lineman as soon as we signed him.
Yeah.
And so like you can build a good solid game in the trenches through free agency.
Yeah.
You don't have to bank on a first round pick, but if you're rebuilding like the Lions, you kind of have to do it that way.
Bro, look, I'm handing you my laptop. Look at this shit. So this year he's making $59 million. But watch, dead cap's like the ultimate, like what he's getting paid in the year. Look how that bitch dwindles down all the way to $4 million.
Wow. So
it's going to allow them to re-up the other guys in the back end contracts, which they get hurt more than the quarterback position too. Like, genius.
That's wild. And the fact that his base salary was only $825,000 last year is sickening in itself.
Yeah. That's why I want a quarterback if they're there. If one of the top 4 are there, get them because we could do something like this. When you have a guy on a rookie deal,
get
especially what we got going on, 2 first rounders in the next 2 drafts, son. Then this guy's ready to start in 2 years. Hell yeah, Devin White's a free agent 2023. Nick Bosa, I'm a nerd. I looked at the shit. Yeah. Nick Bosa, Devin White.
It's going to go very offensive free agent heavy to very defensive here.
And that's when we'll have fucking some fucking bread to bring to the table.
And that's why I also yes, they can draft a quarterback, and I'd be completely happy with the right pick, like a Lance or a Fields, something like that. Pretty much any of those four guys. That's
what I'm saying. The top four.
Yeah,
if it's not them, trade back. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's go. Because anything else, even on the defensive side of the ball, that high, I'm not sold on anyone.
Yeah,
that's Micah Parsons. And all
everyone's
that stuff.
Micah Parsons, which I get. I guess he's there, but he's not franchise changing.
No,
we have a lot of fucking holes. Re-up. Let's get some more picks.
So that's where I'm at with that first, at least the top 10 pick we got, the 7th, because there's no franchise changing player outside of quarterbacks there at all.
Exactly. I'm in the same camp.
Even a kid from Alabama, Devontae Smith, is that his name?
The receiver? Yeah.
Yeah. He, a guy like that's probably not going to make an impact.
He's not, and don't draft receivers top 10, bro. I'm not
unless
in that fucking camp.
Unless they're like a Metcalf,
fuck that, bro.
Or a Calvin Johnson, where it's
Calvin Johnson.
That blueprint is top 10 talent. You know what I'm saying? Where they got the size, they're LeBrons on the football field, basically.
That's what they're talking about with Jamar Chase from LSU.
LSU's, yeah.
Yeah, but still, I'm good on that because I look at Tyreek Hill 4th round, Antonio Brown 5th round, and the list goes on and on. You can find receivers a dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying? You can grab them late, man. They fucking and off the top of your head right now, the top receivers in the league, other than Tyreek Hill.
I would say Devontae Adams, D-Hop, and
But do you see him in the Super Bowl consistently?
No. The wide receiver is not going to carry you to a Super Bowl.
You know what I'm saying? This is
the QB or a defense is going to, at least over the last decade, has been what's won Super Bowls.
That's what I'm saying. So, if just get the fuck out of there. Pull out. And if those guys aren't there.
Especially if you can build on the assets we already have, those future first-round picks and all that stuff, and we can get, future second-rounders
we have coming up. We got to get it right. There's no, I can't think of, I'm not going to speak too soon, but I can't think of too many situations where teams fucked that up. Miami is going, they got a bunch of picks from the Texans.
Pick a fucking tight end in the first 10 picks again, you could really fuck that.
You could fuck it up. And I see people talking about taking a tight end this year, too.
And I love Hawkinson, don't get me wrong. But
I love Hawk, too.
At 8 overall, that was tough.
It was a tough pill to swallow when you witnessed Eric Ebron, too. Which, by the way, I never got that because I watched the kid's highlights immediately afterward, and there's drops in his fucking highlight tape.
For UNC?
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
And I'm there's drops in his fucking highlight tape, and this is what the fuck? I'm pissed.
And Ebron to me was just a little bit more athletic version of Pettigrew, Brandon Pettigrew that we had.
Yeah.
Pettigrew was a little bit better blocker and a bigger build, but they played as the receiving tight end that they were. They played very similar games.
Yeah.
And they dropped the ball. Both of them dropped the ball a lot.
Yeah.
So you were trying to replace a guy with a more athletic version of the same dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's rough, man.
That's the mistakes that they've always made. So that's what scares me where when push comes to shove in the draft this year and the pressure's on, I hope they lean on them guys that are proven, the Dorseys and them, them guys that are really proven in those situations to be no, Sheila, we need to do it this way because it may take 2 to 3 more years, but it's going to be exponential growth for the team.
Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking too. People are win now. We're not going to fucking win now. What are you thinking right now? There's so many fucking holes in this team.
Well, that was the mentality with the Patriot era. They didn't want to really do a rebuild.
Yeah.
It was we want to pluck, and it was pluck and plant that with the guys we already had. Well, it just didn't mesh. It just wasn't the right combination of guys there.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to think long term. It's just you have to. The Packers, as much as I love to make fun of them last year for the Jordan Love thing, which is pretty fucking stupid still because you're on the cusp of a championship at that point.
Another skill piece, they probably go to the Super Bowl.
You know what I'm saying? They fucked up for sure. But
look at it. What even if it's on the defensive side of the ball as a skill guy, another linebacker or something like that, or another asset for Rodgers, which is what everybody wanted there for them.
Dude, yeah.
But they, I don't know.
Yeah, but the way their franchise though, even going back to Favre when they drafted Rodgers, they drafted a guy, sat him, stud. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? maybe that's what they're thinking, and that they've been right in that in the past. Like, why not?
Yeah, if it's not, I think they're at the point where it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And they, Rodgers isn't a spring chicken anymore either.
For sure. Yeah.
So like they're protecting their investment of the team that they do have because they're around him. They're pretty young.
Yeah.
Like even Devontae Adams is a young dude.
Bro, people like, there's like Lion fans that just like to hate it, which I understand. Like, fuck the Packers, and I'm team fuck the Packers all day. But like, they're like, look at the receivers he has outside of fucking Devontae Adams. Who, bro? Like I'm saying, like
Lazar, and he's like a rookie.
Yeah,
and he had a great season because he's playing for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
like as a rookie, he had a lot of really good moments. But outside of that, bro, you couldn't name another guy on the team right now.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And the Lions aren't. The problem is like people that want to win now in Detroit, you need to be in a city. Like if you're going to flip the script like that, you need to be in a city where people want to come to. Like free agents and like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
Oh,
like
yeah.
People outside the city think about Detroit is like still a rough place to go. But like we're in downtown Detroit right now. It's not what it was.
Dog, this hotel. I gotta edit this, put this in the front.
Yeah.
Shout out to fucking Detroit Foundation Hotel for like letting us use this podcast room.
This place is legit.
Nice as fuck.
And I got to live down here for like for pretty much all of quarantine and like 3 or 4 months before that.
Uh-huh.
And like the city here, I grew up around, in the suburbs of Detroit my whole life. And then to live in the city after like seeing it go from, the recession in 2008 and all that to come up, like people still have kind of a bad connotation when you're outside of Detroit and you really haven't come down here to be influenced by
Downtown's
how the city
nice.
is now.
Yeah.
It's so different. So if you're going to flip the script, you got to be in a city where people want to go. Yeah. And I think Detroit's on the way there, but it's not there yet. So you're not going to get the guys like the Kenny Galladay's that are going to want to sign here for 15, 20 years just because it's like a place to be. And then also we have probably one of the worst track records of a franchise that there is in the league.
The worst, I think, at this point, safe to say.
So that's like a double-edged sword that on both sides of it you're getting cut, So
and, it's not, and we have no cap space.
So it's going to be a long-term thing.
Yeah, definitely a long-term.
3 to 5, I would say.
They signed the coach to a fucking 6-year deal. Like, that tells you there in itself. And people go, well, Goff, he went to the Super Bowl. Like, well, Goff went to the Super Bowl with a fantastic fucking team. A great coach. And he's on a rookie deal. And they had, like, so many fucking pieces around him. And, like, they traded for a lot of guys. Like, this ain't that situation, buddy. Like, it's not.
It's going to be I think there's a lot to come in the immediate future. I think they're going to make I think they're going to do some things that we don't expect still. Mm-hmm. But it's a long way to go as far as like what we want to see as fans on the field.
Yeah.
So I think people need to pump the brakes on.
Pump the brakes, guys.
On playoffs or anything like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be The other thing too is like even with like people thinking Goff's the answer, and we wrap it up. So I know we've been doing this. How long have we been going?
Hot minute, but I mean, shit.
Yeah, who cares? But the thing too with the Goff thing is, did you hear when we asked for Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
Before that tells you like, there's no commitment to this guy. Like,
no.
Yeah, like
exactly.
He's part of the trade, and the cap
we had to
swap
take
made
him.
sense.
Yeah, we had to take him to get the picks and them to take Stafford's contract over.
1,000%.
So it was just a chess. I hope it's that chess piece that we're hoping that they're playing. Because I think if they're smart, they're gonna hope he has a good year. Has a really good, solid, no turnovers. Like he's out there playing Anthony Lynn's game.
Yeah,
and he has a solid season with Anthony Lynn, and then come free agent or trade deadline time. I hope they're dangling him out there.
Yeah, even off season. Yeah, man.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hashtag draft Sugar Trey.
Yeah.
Or Fields. If Fields there, I ain't mad, but for some reason I have my heart set on Lance, and not even necessarily.
What about Lance? Do you think is like just the piece?
He's light skinned, bro.
Facts.
No, I mean that's
like a superpower in itself. Man.
Yeah, it is, man. He's the youngest guy there.
Yeah.
Out of the 4 options.
An upside, really. Yeah.
Yeah, mainly upside. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, mainly upside. I like the no interceptions. I get North Dakota State, who they play, probably no one, right? But like,
still football. You got to go out there and not throw picks.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that's still definitely a fucking thing.
Yeah.
But mainly upside. Yeah. To be in the conversation at 20 out of North Dakota State, something's there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not. I didn't pull this out of my fucking ass. Like, scouts, the league is talking about this in a top 10 manner. It's not like we're.
Yeah.
Well, we can pick him up at 10 or like no. People are like, oh, we got to trade. Get him.
Yeah.
And we have the perfect situation to sit him. what I'm saying?
And it doesn't feel like a hype train with him either. It's not like it feels like it's pretty.
It may grow towards the draft, but like I just went to his Instagram to try to get him on the pod, which isn't happening.
You never know. Shoot.
I mean, yeah, but not till after he gets drafted. He'll call my pod. I'll get him to say something stupid about tits or something.
Oh my goodness! Or like, who was my man that had the gas mask on and it went viral?
Oh, Laramie Tunsil.
Oh, bro, could you imagine?
Fucking up, bro. On draft night, bro.
Like, he had 15 minutes before the draft started, and he was supposed to be like number 1 overall, possibly.
Yeah. Wildest shit in my life.
And someone got his ass.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like someone was like, I need like $1 million or X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
And he was probably like, no. And they were like,
I'm getting drafted. Eat
okay,
my dick.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Which is crazy because he's still, if I'm not mistaken, he's still like a really good offensive tackle.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's solid. He was a definite top 10 pick for the like as far as talent goes, but. It's just, you roll the dice when you take pics on your phone of that type of shit, dog.
Oh, my God. That shit really was like 15 minutes before the draft.
Could you imagine being like his agent?
Oh, my God. I know, bro. But, like, if I'm a team and, like, I like them enough up to this point, I'm not letting that fucking deter me.
The problem is there's too many people, like, when it comes to money and you're putting, like, that's more money than you and I are probably going to ever see in our lifetime. So as far as like the decision makers and the money that's in their pockets,
even them at sometimes too, you get hurt. You're not seeing another fucking
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's like one of those things where there's too many opinions that are influencing that money to go to a person like that. Where it just takes one person that's like, I'm
fucked
out.
Up, bro.
Yeah. It's fucked up. It is fucked up, especially nowadays. Like
he fucked up.
It's a whole fucked up. That was a fucked up situation.
It was, bro.
It cost him millies, bro.
Oh,
big millies.
But it was a fucking Psycho X too, man.
I bet it was.
Shout out to all the Psycho X. It was good pussy out there. Fuck you, bitches.
They pretty bitches. I tell you what, man. We ain't even gonna get into that. Let's not go down that. That'll be episode 2.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Second appearance.
I can't even see like the minute thing. We'll just fucking wrap it up. You want to do something after this, or you just want to go home? What do you got planned?
Shit. I mean, I don't got nothing going on.
Me either. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. We'll figure it out.
But
thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
Subscribe on. I think I still might put this on YouTube, just like pictures or some shit, just clips or whatever. But
and check our stuff out. The Hard Conversation.
Yeah,
the Hard Conversation down. We're it's in the infancy stages, but we're for sure. We're committed to it. So for sure.
You definitely hear a lot more from Mike. That's my boy. I said I want to make this happen for like a minute now. And
we both have, so I'm glad we finally, we're able to get it done, and then we can kind of get a rhythm to this thing for sure.
Yeah, bro, and I feel like it came out well too. Like
that was super easy, bro.
Last minute, like fucking, bro. That's what I'm saying. Bro, I knew you were the one, bro. So I'm like, Mike, we gotta do this shit.
Facts.
We gotta do this shit.
No doubt.
All right, bet. I'm gonna go head over there and wrap this up. Make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe. Woodward Sports and Speakeasy Sports. I should have said Speakeasy Sports first, but Woodward Sports is the brand that we're under now too. So make sure you guys fuck with them and fuck with Mike's it's called Hard Conversation.
It's at The Hard Conversation.
Okay.
It's on Instagram. That's really all we got going on. I mean, we have Facebook and stuff like that, but the IG is really where we're jocking off of right now.
I think I fuck it up because, like, I for some reason I think Mike's hard because your name's Mike.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's like The Hard Conversation. Yeah.
That's clever, though. I should, like...
incorporate it somehow.
There we go.
There you go. As a sponsor. You guys are listening. Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to wrap this one up.
These are... Oh, that was good shit, bro.